I am 83 years old. My name is William. People call me Bill. 6 months ago, my oldest friend died. His name was Frank. We knew each other for 59 years. When he died, something in me went quiet. Like a radio that had been playing in the background, my whole life suddenly turned off. I want to tell you about Frank, not because the story is special, because it was ordinary, and I think that matters. We met in 1965. I was 24, working at a warehouse loading trucks. Frank started the same week. We were put on the same shift. We worked next to each other for 10 hours a day. Barely spoke for the first week. Just worked. Then one Friday, after our shift, he asked if I wanted to get something to eat. There was a diner across the street. We went there. Saturday in a booth, ordered coffee and sandwiches, talked about nothing important, work, the weather, baseball. We went back to that diner every Friday after that for 59 years. Frank got married in 1967. His wife's name was Dorothy. I met her at their wedding. I was there. I remember her dress was blue, not white, blue. She said white felt too formal. Frank said she could wear whatever she wanted. I got married 2 years later. My wife was named Ruth. Frank came to the wedding. Dorothy came too. She brought a casserole for us. Said we would be too tired to cook after everything. The four of us became close. Not in any dramatic way. We just saw each other often. Ruth and Dorothy became friends. We would have dinner together, usually at our house or theirs, nothing fancy, just food and conversation. I remember one night, must have been 1972 or 1973, we were sitting in Frank S.'s backyard, summer evening. The kids were running around. Ruth and Dorothy were talking about something. Frank and I were not talking, just sitting watching the kids, listening to our wives laugh. I did not think about it then, but I think about it now, how easy it was, how comfortable, like breathing. Frank and I worked at that warehouse for 15 years. Then the place closed 1980. I found work at another place. Frank went to work for the county, different schedules, different buildings, but we still saw each other. Friday dinners continued. Sometimes we would meet for lunch on Saturdays, go to the hardware store together, fix things at each other's houses, regular things. In 1988, my mother died. Frank came to the funeral. He did not say much, just stood next to me. When we were leaving, he squeezed my shoulder. That was enough. In 1994, Frank S.'s daughter had trouble, got involved with someone who hurt her. Frank was sick about it, blamed himself. I told him he could not control everything. He knew that, but knowing does not always help. His daughter got away from that situation eventually, moved to another state, started over. She is doing well now, has 2 children. Frank got to meet them before he died. The years went by, our kids grew up, got their own lives. Ruth and I had 3 grandchildren. Frank and Dorothy had 4. We kept seeing each other. The rhythm never changed. Friday dinners, Saturday mornings sometimes. Phone calls during the week. In 2009, Ruth died, heart failure. She was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Then she was gone. Frank came to the hospital every day those 2 weeks. Just sat with me. Sometimes Dorothy came too. They did not try to fix anything. They just sat. After Ruth died, I did not want to do anything, did not want to leave the house, did not want to see people. Frank kept coming anyway. He would show up at my door, say we were going to get breakfast. I would say I did not want to. He would say we were going anyway. So I went. Those first months after Ruth died, I do not know what I would have done without Frank. He did not let me disappear. He just kept showing up. In 2015, Dorothy died. Stroke happened fast. She was there one day, gone the next. I went to Frank's house when I heard. Found him sitting in the living room, staring at nothing. I sat down next to him. We did not talk for a long time. Eventually, he said her name. Just once, Dorothy, then he cried. After Dorothy died, Frank and I saw each other more. We were both alone now. Both knew what it felt like. We started meeting for breakfast twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday mornings. Same diner we had been going to since 1965. Same booth most times. We ordered the same things: coffee, eggs, toast. We talked about small things, the weather, the news. Sometimes we talked about Ruth and Dorothy. Sometimes we just sat there. Those breakfasts became the center of my week, Tuesday and Thursday, something to count on, something that did not change. Last year, Frank started forgetting things, small things at first, then bigger things. He would tell me the same story twice in one morning. His daughter took him to see doctors. They said it was dementia. Frank was afraid. He told me he did not want to lose his mind. I did not know what to say to that. What can you say? The last few months were hard. Some mornings Frank remembered me. Some mornings he did not. I still came for breakfast, Tuesday and Thursday, whether he knew me or not. There was one morning, maybe 2 months before he died, he looked at me and did not recognize me. I told him my name. He looked confused and scared. I told him it was okay. We just sat there. I drank my coffee. He drank his. After a while, he looked at me again. He said, "I know you, not my name," just that he knew me. I said, "Yes." He said, "You are my friend." I said, "Yes." That was the last real conversation we had. Frank had a stroke 6 months ago. He was in the hospital for 3 days. I was there when he died. His daughter was there too. We were both holding his hands. I told him it was okay to go. I do not know if he heard me, but I said it anyway. After the funeral, I went home. Saturday in my kitchen, did not know what to do with myself. The next Tuesday, I woke up and got dressed, started to leave for breakfast. Then I remembered there was no one to meet. I sat back down. I still do that sometimes. Wake up on Tuesday or Thursday and forget for a moment. Then remember. Frank was the last person who remembered the same things I remember. The warehouse, the way Ruth laughed, the summer nights in his backyard, all the small things that made up our lives. When Frank died, those memories did not disappear. But now, they only live in me. There's no one else to say, "Remember when," no one else who was there. I am 83 years old. I have lost my parents, my wife, other friends, but losing Frank was different. Frank was the last thread connecting me to the person I used to be. I think about all the years we had together, 59 years, and I am grateful, but I also think about all the times I did not appreciate. All the times I was too tired to meet for breakfast, all the times I could have called but did not. You think you have time, you think there will always be another Tuesday, another chance to sit in that booth and drink coffee together. Then one day there is not. I see people now rushing around busy with their phones. They say they will call their friends later. They say they will make time soon. I want to tell them not to wait, but I do not think they would listen. I did not listen when I was younger either. Frank and I had 59 years and it was not enough. I still want more time. I still want to sit in that diner and order eggs and toast. I still want to hear his voice. But that is done now. What I have are the memories. The ordinary ones, Friday dinners, Saturday mornings at the hardware store, sitting in his backyard watching our kids play, breakfast at the diner. All the small, unremarkable moments that made up a friendship. I think that is what matters in the end. Not the big events, not the accomplishments, the small things. Showing up, being there. Frank taught me that, not by saying it, by doing it. By showing up for 59 years, by sitting with me when Ruth died, by letting me sit with him when Dorothy died. By being there, I miss him every day. Miss our breakfast, miss knowing he is there. Miss having someone who remembers the same life I remember. But I am grateful. Grateful for every year, every breakfast, every ordinary moment we shared. Grateful that I got to be there when he died, that I got to tell him it was okay. My son says I should join a group meet new people, but I am 83. I do not want new friends. I had my friend for 59 years. That was enough. Now I wake up on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, make my own coffee, sit in my kitchen. Remember, that is what I do now. I remember the warehouse in 1965, the diner across the street, Dorothy S. blue dress, Ruth S. laugh, summer evenings in the backyard, breakfast every Tuesday and Thursday, Frank S. face the morning. He did not remember my name. The way he looked scared, then the way he said, "You are my friend. I am 83 years old." Frank has been gone for 6 months. I still miss him. I think I will miss him for whatever time I have left. That is all I wanted to say. That I had a friend, that he mattered, that the 59 years we had together were the best part of my life. And that if you have someone like that, someone who shows up, someone who stays, do not take it for granted. Do not wait for the right time to call them. The right time is now, because one day one of you will be gone, and all you will have left are the memories and the empty space where they used to be. I know this now. I wish I had known it sooner, but I know it now.